Hey there, and welcome. So today we're going to tackle something that we literally use every single day: time. I mean, think about it. Whether you're setting up a meeting or just trying to make plans with friends, you have to know how to talk about the clock and the calendar. It's totally essential. So let's just dive right in.
So let me ask you, have you ever been there? You know, that sinking feeling, that moment of sheer panic, when you realize that 2:30 and 2:30 mean the exact same thing, but you figured it out just a little too late? Yeah, it's a super common hurdle. But don't worry, today we're going to clear it together.
You know, from work appointments to birthday parties, time is like this invisible structure for our entire day, right? So in this explainer, we're going to give you all the tools you need to talk about it with total confidence. The goal here is to get you from that state of confusion to crystal clear clarity.
All right, first up, the clock. We're going to break down exactly how to ask for and tell the time, and we'll do it in simple, easy-to-remember parts. Ready?
Okay, let's start with the absolute basics. The hour. This is the main unit we use to plan our day, right? Just think of it like the big building block of time that we build our entire schedules around.
Now, when we need to get a little more precise than just the hour, that's where minutes come in. There are 60 of them in every hour, and they help us lock down those exact times for things like, when a train leaves or what time a class actually starts. We also add a lot of context by talking about the different parts of the day. You've got the morning, the afternoon, the evening, and then night. And honestly, saying something like, let's meet in the morning, can be just as useful as saying, let's meet at 9 a.m.
Okay, this next one is the big one. This is the phrase you are going to use constantly. What time is it? It's super direct, super clear. And here's a little pro tip for you. If you just add a simple "excuse me" right before you ask, it makes it perfectly polite every single time.
All right, so let's look at a really common example. How do you say 4:30? Well, there are two main ways. If you're thinking like an old-school analog clock, you'd say 4:30, because it's 30 minutes past the hour of 4. Or you can just read the digital time, 4:30. The key thing to remember is that both are totally correct and mean the exact same thing.
Okay, let's do another one. What about 4:45? This one's a little different. We often say 4:45 because we're only 15 minutes away from the next hour, which is 5 o'clock. But of course, you can always just go with the super straightforward digital style, 4:45. Easy, right?
Okay, now for a really crucial grammar point. When you want to say when an event is happening, you need one special little word, and that magic word is at.
So here's exactly how to use it. Notice how we say, the movie starts at 7 o'clock. Perfect. I have a meeting at 3:30. Also perfect. But take a look at that last example. I work at every day. That's a common mistake. We don't use at with words like every. You just say, I work every day. Simple as that.
All right, let's see how this all sounds in a real conversation. So here we have Ben, and he's politely asking a stranger for the time. Check out how he uses "excuse me" and "please." Super polite.
And look at the response she gives. A really clear, common answer. It is 2:30. That is a perfect example of that past structure we were just talking about.
Okay, we've pretty much got the clock down. So now let's zoom out a bit. We're going to move away from the hours and minutes and start looking at the bigger picture, the calendar. We're talking days and dates.
So here's your core vocabulary for the calendar. We've got the basic day and a 7-day week. Then you've got the specific days of the week. And a quick tip, these are always capitalized in English. And of course, we have today for right now and tomorrow for the day after.
You know how we used "at" for telling time? Well, we have special little words, prepositions, for dates too. And honestly, this is where a lot of people get tripped up. But I promise, it's actually really simple once you see the pattern.
This little table here makes it crystal clear. So you use on for specific days and dates. Think on Monday or on October 5th. Then you use in for longer periods of time, like months, seasons, or years. So you'd say in June or in 2024. And finally, and this is a big one, you use no preposition for words like this, next, or last. Not on this Monday, just this Monday.
Okay, let's jump into another quick dialogue to see this in action. Sophia kicks things off by saying her birthday is next week. And notice, just like we said, no on or in needed there. And here comes Leo with the key question you'll use all the time when you're talking about special dates. When is your birthday?
Now pay close attention to their answers. Sophia uses on because she's giving a specific date, on May 4th. But Leo, who's just talking about the month in general, uses in December. See, it shows those rules in action perfectly.
All right, you ready for the final challenge? It's time to put it all together. Let's combine everything we've learned so far, clocks and calendars, and see how it works in a conversation about a busy schedule.
Wow, this single sentence right here really brings it all together. Just look at how Ben uses on for the days of the week, at for the specific time, and in to mention the part of the day. It's all there. Oh, and by the way, when we say 9 o'clock, that's just a common way to say it's exactly on the hour, 9 o'clock sharp.
And in this next part, Ben first figures out what day it is, Thursday, and then he immediately connects that to his schedule for the day, using at 2:30 to say the time. It's just a fantastic example of how all these concepts really work together in a real, natural conversation.
Okay, so you've seen how it all works, but now we get to the most important part. It's your turn to actually put it into practice. I mean, that's how you really make these skills your own, right?
So here's your mission should you choose to accept it. Find a friend or a partner and just follow the steps here to have a real conversation about your schedules. Active practice is without a doubt the best way to make this language feel natural. Because at the end of the day, mastering time is the first step to mastering your day. Good luck.